The college class of 2018 starts its first year on campus this fall.
Every year since 1998, Beloit College has released its mindset list to give a snapshot of how the incoming freshman class views the world. Students entering college this year were born in 1996. Everybody in their class, for example, has always loved Raymond.
On the science front, one route to pregnancy has always been through frozen eggs, and cloning has always been, in fact, not science fiction.
Yet another blessing of digital technology, they never had to hide their dirty magazines under the bed.
Bill Gates has always been the richest man in the U.S., and that is just a sample.
There are 55 cultural touchstones on this year's Mindset list, and joining us as they do every year, Nief and Tom McBride are back with us to talk about the annual Mindset list. They're in our Rock County Bureau at the Janesville Gazette. Welcome guys.
Back.
Good to see you.
Hi. It's great to be back with you.
Great to be back.
So, Ron, tell us a little bit about how you compile this list.
Well, we become 1996. We immerse ourselves in it with everything from the publications to the journals, the books, and we'll follow people around that we think know something about 1996. It's just an accumulation of all kinds of information.
Tom, does this get easier or harder year after year?
Well, it gets both easier and harder. It gets easier in the sense that we know the methodology and we know how to apply it. But it gets a little harder because, of course, every year we realize how much older we're getting and how much younger they are. We're often accused of wanting to make America feel old, and we always deny that. But in the process, of course, we're making ourselves feel a lot older, too.
We know how that goes, guys. There's a lot of technology-related things this year, and a lot of history things as well. The class, this year's freshman class would have been in kindergarten, for example, when September 11th happened. Of all the things that you found on the list, what was your favorite or most surprising?
Well, I think that I think given this period of political polarization that we're living through, I think it's interesting that the year that these students were born in 1996 was also the year that Fox News, MSNBC, and The Daily Show all came on the air. So they've never had to listen to somebody else's viewpoint. They could always find somebody that agreed with them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And for me, I think it's the binge watching. I have had the dubious privilege of binge watching a whole season of Girls with my 20-something daughter on her laptop. And it occurs to me now that with video becoming a bigger part of American higher education, in about 15 years, cramming is not going to be reading all the material the night before the exam. It's going to be binge watching all the lectures the night before the exam.
When you first started this list years and years ago, I mean, there were some major changes, like they never knew a VCR and things like that. Is that diminishing those sorts of things?
We first started the list in 1998. The idea that you could take a photo of a check with your smartphone and deposit it in the bank that way was pretty far-fetched. That was, just 16 years ago, it would have been considered science fiction. Now, of course, it's happening. So it's a little bit like what the character said about Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca. You know, Rick is a man like other men, just more so. Since 1998, we've had technology, but a lot more so.
Another year.
It's always fascinating. We always
older.
look forward to it. And great to see you guys again.
We'll see you next year.
Thank you for having us. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.